Hey guys, Kirameku with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the deluxe Haouken Xross Saber from Kamen Rider Saber. This is a legendary seiken that allows Kamen Rider Saber to become his final form. So, let's get started. First up, we'll look at the Haouken Xross Saber, or Haouken SEIBA, in detail. This is quite an extravagant looking sword compared to a lot of the others. Well, the main thing you'll notice is that it has a very cosmic appearance to it, as one of the names the sword has is also the Sword of the Cosmos. So it's made using mostly metallic blue, metallic purple, and clear blue plastic, with glitter infused to look like stars. You got this chrome red emblem in the center, made to look like the sun. And in fitting with that cosmic theme, I see various Wonder World writing here on the blade. And it actually spells out the names of the planets. You have to find a starting point to really see that. So if we start here, we can see it reads Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, then it cycles back to Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. And that writing even extends up through the handle over here. You can see that there even looks to be something behind all the red characters. We'll just come into play with one of the gimmicks. We'll take a look at the back. We're going to see the speaker and a power switch, as well as a battery cover, and similar to the main seiken, this takes 3 AAA batteries. So we can start by switching on to get the activation sound.
Haouken Xross Saber.
You have a nice light that runs through the entire blade. So to start, we have the basic slashing sound. But there are also other things that can be done on its own. And that's where we get to the emblem and the blade, as this can actually be moved up to 3 different positions, indicated by these circles. So if we take it and move it up, you can see that it starts to glow. And you also see that, similar to a secret decoder, the clear red part in the middle actually reveals the symbols for saber, blades, and espada. So if you press the trigger while it's at this position, let's say Rekka, Nagare, and Issatsu, the name of their seiken. And then move it to the second position, it reveals the symbols for Buster, Slash, and Kenzan. You get their seiken as well, with a corresponding light color. And if we move to the very top position, we get symbols for Kamen Rider's Psycho, or rather Caliber, Psycho, as well as the final 2 riders of the main ones, which are Sabella and Durandal. And I will be looking at their seiken in the future, but they are Premium Bonding exclusive. So if we move it back to here, we can select the seiken, and then lock it in by sliding it back to the main position. Select one from a different symbol. And one more. And if we pull the trigger, you get the Rekka Gekido Kurayami, Cross Giri, or Cross Slash. And we can indeed lock in all of them and have them go in sequence. Now for figure, we get all 10 Seiken.
烈火流れいかず激怒はやて鈴ね暗闇最高のろしい怪事黒すぎ
There's also one more thing we do, which uses the symbol in the middle of the emblem. So if we push that in, we get the Haou Hissatsu read. So we move this up, which will read 3 Seiken. For the Seiretsuzan, do that again. This time it's locking in 6 swords. For the Haou Souseizan, you do it one more time. Which gives us the Haouken Xross Saber. Next, for the main transformation, we'll also need the Sword Driver and the Brave Dragon Wonder Ride book. We'll start by setting the Cross Saber in the Sword Driver. And you can see it does stick a bit out of the end, as it is longer than Kainen Rekka. But the process for the transformation is pretty much the same. And there, after a very extravagant transformation, we have the transformation into Kamen Rider Xross Saber. Now, as you can kind of tell by that name, while this is supposed to be Saber's final form, it's also kind of treated like a severed rider, similar to Kamen Rider 02 compared to 01. Now, obviously, the sword attack doesn't change. You can also get the push attack. But we can then return the sword to the driver for the finisher attacks. First, the 2-button push. So first is the Haou Issatsu Geki. You also get the Haou Issatsu Giri. Beyond just Xross Saber, there are also further transformations, The first of which uses the Wonder Combo books, Storm Eagle, and Sayu Journey. And so that is Kamen Rider Crimson Saber, obviously named after Crimson Dragon. And we can get more special attacks out of it.
Hissatsu Dokuha. Haou Souseizan. SEIBA.
The first is the Haou Souseizan and the Haou Souseizan Giri.
Haou Hissatsu Dokuha. SEIBA BATTOU. Haou Souseizan. SEIBA.
For the next combination, we'll make use of Blades and Spada's main books, Lion Senki and Lamp do Alangina. And here we have Kamen Rider featuring Saber, combination of the three main Sword Driver riders. Those have their special attacks, though as you'll hear, they're actually the same as the ones for Crimson Saber.
Hissatsu Dokuha. Haou Souseizan. SEIBA. Haou Hissatsu Dokuha. SEIBA BATTOU. Haou Souseizan. SEIBA.
For the next transformation, we just need to add a single book instead of two more books, and while any other book can be used, one advertised is King of Arthur. This gives us Kamen Rider Hybrid Saber. So now we can hear the two book attacks.
Haou Hissatsu Dokuha. Haou Issatsu. SEIBA. Haou Hissatsu Dokuha.
And for the final main transformation, we simply need to make use of a Legend Rider 1 ride book, such as 01 AI Kaihatsu Roku. And there we have the Legend Rider transformation for the Xross Saber. Though it still just gives us the one book attacks.
Haou Hissatsu Dokuha. Haou Issatsu SEIBA. Haou Hissatsu Dokuha. SEIBA BATTOU. Haou Issatsu Giri. SEIBA.
Additionally, there's also an entire alternate mode to the sword, which you get in a similar way to Mume and Kyomu, wherein you press and hold the trigger while it's off and then turn it back on. And so there we get, in the voice of Tomo, aka Saber, and now we get voice lines from him in addition to all the attacks. And cycles back from there. You also get those sounds without all of the attacks if you simply put the sword into the sword driver and then pull the trigger. Though they're the same lines, so I won't go through all of them again. However, in this mode, it also adds something to the transformation, in that it plays short versions of them. So we'll go through all the transformations once again. So there's Xross Saber. So again. Crimson Saber. Featuring Saber. Hybrid Saber. Just a sec. Getting back on track. A legendary transformation. Or rather, Legend Rider. And for anyone curious, no sounds are added to the special attacks.
Hissatsu Dokuha, Haou Issatsu SEIBA.
Though also this lets me show off one other thing, which is that the transformations, with the exception of featuring Saber, are actually more so based on the number of books used rather than which books you do use. So for example, I take just Storm Eagle, put that in. That gives us Xross Saber. I add in Sayu Journey. That's Hybrid Saber. If we add in something like Lion Senki, let's try that one more time. That'll still give us Crimson Saber. So while it can read all books, it doesn't read a lot of them individually. And the final thing we can do is that, similar to Kurayami and Kyomu, the Xross Saber is also compatible with the Hissatsu holder. So we can get an EI attack. Which is the Haou Souseizan. And there we go. So overall, the Xross Saber is quite the unique final form item. It in a way harkens back to some of the Phase 1 Heisei Riders, wherein it's more of a kind of final form power-up item that is, kind of a separate item rather than just a newfangled gimmick item. And additionally, it's also technically the return of the Final Form Sword, which used to be a big tradition for many years until that weapon kind of got shifted to earlier on in seasons. But it kind of acts as both of them, and it gives us quite a different experience than if we were to get a final book, in that it has a bunch of features it can do on its own, with all the attacks and the ability to kind of read out the names of the different Seiken. It also has these different transformations, and while it's not quite as robust as the main Seiken, in that one could read all different books individually, they are still quite fantastic and definitely very epic sounding transformations, as well as some nice attacks to go along with them. And in general, in order to make full use of this, you pretty much just need a few different things. One being, of course, the sword itself, as well as the sword driver, which includes the Brave Dragon Wonder Ride book. Then a second random book, or rather two random books, though the ones preferred to use would be Storm Eagle and Sayu Journey, as well as Lion Senki and Lamp to Alangina, plus one Legend Rider book. And with that, you can basically get all the sounds out of this. So this is something you don't need as many books for as with some of the other swords, which is quite nice. And overall, definitely quite a fun and definitely recommendable final form item. So, If this all looks interesting to you and you have a sword driver plus some of the other stuff, I can definitely recommend picking this up. Next time will be up in the air, unfortunately. I'm not sure what the next review is going to be. You all will have to just wait and see when it gets uploaded. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And for now, this is Kirameku, writing off.